Bible says God had spoken to Jonah and said, Jonah, I want you to go to the city of Nineveh. They were 120,000 people. They were Gentiles. And Jonah refused to go to where God had asked him to go. And so he was fleeing from God. And when you read these chapters, you'll find in these chapters that Jonah decided, well, I'm smarter than God. I'll flee into Tarshish. And so the Bible says the men knew that Jonah was running from God. They knew that he was running from the presence of God. You'll find in the Old Testament, in the very first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis, the Bible says that God speaks unto man and says, there in the Garden of Eden, there's a tree of knowledge of good and evil. God said unto Adam, he said, don't eat off of this tree. And the Bible says that the serpent comes in. The serpent says, yea, hath God said. And so the serpent began to talk to Eve. And the Bible says that Eve listened to the voice of Satan and took of the fruit. And the Bible says she gave it to her husband, and also he took of the fruit. Well, the Bible says that all of a sudden their eyes are open because they disobeyed God. And so Adam began to run from God. And so God said unto Adam, where art thou, Adam? Now, by the way, God knew where Adam was, but Adam didn't know where he was. And so the Bible says that Adam ran from the presence of the Lord, just like Jonah did. And so Jonah flees into Tarshish to go to the city of Joppa. And the Bible says as he goes down to the ship, the Bible says he goes down to the bottom of the ship. And the Bible says that he keeps going down further and further and further. In other words, if you keep running from God, your life is going nowhere. You just keep causing more trouble and more problems, and you keep going down and down. And by the way, it doesn't matter how far you go, God still knows where you are.